Get ready for peak autism infotainment. Thrilling topics, amazing guests, great laughs, and autism.
On the Spectrum, an autistic podcast.
Welcome to another episode of On the Spectrum podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Stephen Norton.
My God, that was the most enthusiastic he's ever been.
I'm just trying to match your energy.
As you should. As I always say before any episode, me and Steve do not presume to be experts of anything whatsoever. We're just two human beings living on a spectrum and having a life. So today's episode, we have yet another special guest because we like to interview people mostly because we're tired of talking to each other. But we have a gentleman by the name of Jamal. How do you pronounce your last name?
Jamal Byas.
Thank you, Byas. I almost said Bays. I don't know why. But anyway, we have Jamal Byas on our show. He is a writer. He is a human being. And let's talk to him. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So tell us why you're on our show today. Like, what is it that you've written that you would like to talk about today?
Well, I have written a story called Chase of Paradise. And let alone when I was drafting it, I didn't even know if, anybody was going to read it or whatnot. But turns out years after years of drafting it and everything else, people loved the message of it and they wanted it into a bigger project.
That's wonderful.
So did you originally intend to have, because spoiler alert, there's 3, right? Are they all connected or are they separate stories?
Well, the Chase of Paradise book is actually its own books, but then I'm creating a universe.
Because I thought the 3 were connected, so that's why I was asking.
No, they are.
In a roundabout kind of way, apparently by a universe.
I can imagine that's difficult. Like,
yeah.
For me, I find editing actually to be one of the hardest things to do, besides just doing the obvious like typos or grammatical errors, but going back and like having to trim or change stuff, I find that to be very difficult.
It is, especially being a reader. Like I was a reader. Like a lot of books I really do like to read or reread or even check out.
Mm.
I was a reader at a young age and wanted to be a writer.
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book? Well, the book that got me started writing was Fudgemania by Judy Blume.
Oh, I've heard of such things. That's awesome.
That was the book that got me started.
That's wonderful. But how old were you when you really got encouraged to write?
I was in the 5th grade, so that would be like 10, maybe around there.
Oh, okay. So just even at a very young age, you wanted to write and give stories to others.
I did.
You want to hear a funny story? So I started writing around the same age. I was probably around 10 years old. I used to write short stories. And I mentioned this on the show before where I used to write maybe almost 1 short story a week for my English teacher for extra credit. But what I've never told you is that what inspired me to write the series that I was writing. Do you remember, Jamal, you're way too young for this, but do you remember a show called Sliders?
Yes. I love that show.
So I wrote a short story series that was based roughly on the idea of being able to like travel through like portals. And so I had these 2 characters that were kids, my age, and they would travel to different time periods in history and through like a portal.
That's awesome. That was Jerry O'Connell and John Rhys Davies, who eventually went on to play Gimli. I'm a huge fan of that show. Dude, I actually go back to rewatch that show at times.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, to be honest with you. But I
How
remember
dare
I was
you.
a big fan of it when I was a kid.
Yeah,
So.
of course, of course. So Jamal, tell us about your book. Give us a nice tight synopsis of what your book is about so we can kind of encourage people to go check it out.
Well, originally it was like a modern day Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
So basically about people with disabilities, with romance and everything else. So the original drafts, like drafts beforehand, it was about this young boy who has disabilities who falls in love with a girl who has Down syndrome.
Oh, okay.
And as they progress with their lives in high school, they tend to fall in love and have relationship drama and everything else. But then after a couple of years of writing it, I decided to expand it. And I decided to go for more, more people, more relatable stories towards everything. And then it came to be the final draft in which I published under my name. And you can get it on any book selling websites online.
I actually checked out Chase of Paradise on Amazon and started looking through the sample you got that you have, like the preview. I was reading through the preview.
And it looks like an interesting book.
I will say the whole idea of having you don't usually see a lot of romantic leads that are autistic or have a disability, or like you mentioned, the female character has Down syndrome, right?
Yep.
So, exactly what I was thinking, because the first version was related to my high school story, but then I decided to expand on it. And when I expanded on it, that's what the people came to love after so much editing and revision of it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you worked very hard on it. It's a good thing.
I would imagine that it must be refreshing for like a girl with Down syndrome to be able to read a story where there's a female romantic lead character that she can maybe relate to in some way.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, almost two characters in the book is represented by one person.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a split personality, because the first person is, the role that she played in a TV show, and then the other person is like her personal life outside of work.
So she has a persona.
Oh, guy making references to your favorite game. Steve enjoys making references to it. So what was I going to ask? I had a question in my head. Why can you not read minds? What the hell, Steven?
I was going to say, so what was your inspiration for the story? Like, where did the idea come from?
Well, for everybody that don't know, I'm actually on the spectrum.
No way.
And I decided to fall in love with a girl in my freshman year of high school. And she had Down syndrome.
Oh.
But then everybody that was like telling me like you shouldn't do it because it would be bad for you and everything else, I didn't listen. I instantly fell in love with her. But then after being separated from her a couple of months later, I said, man, I really have an idea. So one day in the spring of that school year, I drafted my first version of Chase of Paradise.
Nice.
And my name was the original version of the character.
Oh, okay.
like when I was drafting, I normally use like regular names to try to keep the story going. But then
I have a hard time
after
coming up with names at all.
years and
You do.
years,
Yeah.
it changed. So I changed the characters' names and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
I kept the persona, as everybody would say,
Mm-hmm.
and it became the version it is today.
That's wonderful.
Is it October?
Yeah, October.
Yes, I would be October because October would relate more to me.
Yes.
So did you at the time when you started writing it, did you have her blessing or did she know anything about it?
A blessing?
Like, was she okay with did she like the idea?
Yeah, that you
Man.
based a character on her.
Yeah.
Well, the celebrity in which I can name, if you want me to.
Sure, why not?
Her name is Lauren Potter from Glee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's who the character's based on?
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
basically based the first character based on her for her role in my favorite TV show, Glee. And then the third person who my character goes out with in the book, spoiler alert, is revolved around her celebrity life, which is off camera.
Oh, okay. All right.
In which she did know about it because she gave me her blessing beforehand.
Good. I'm glad she gave her blessing because that'd be weird if all of a sudden she was like, "What? This character's about me." So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So
I usually just like to ask forgiveness. But like, hey, Nick, this character is based on you. That's why he's such a jerk.
Yeah, that's true. He actually did write a script and he was like, well, it's kind of like you. And then I'm hearing things I have directly said to him on stage. So what is your writing process? Like, how do you, when you sit down when you sat down, I should say, and started writing your different drafts, like what kind of process did you go through to come up with the centralized theme of the story?
Well, the first part of it came from like life experiences in high school.
Right.
Then, of course, some of it also came after high school because I was like, I did not want to stick around and write a whole story about high school.
Right.
And then everybody would be like, oh, hey, we need something else and everything else, in which it took me a couple of drafts to do that.
Okay.
So I expanded it.
Wonderful.
Do you have so I find, so hold on. So when I write, there's like, there's a process. I don't know if you went to school. I need to move this at some point because I keep hitting it. I don't know if you went to school or you took any classes on writing or anything like that. But when you were in school, they kind of have this like this certain way they tell you like this is how you're supposed to write, right? And this is how you outline. This is how you do all these things. And I've always had trouble doing it the way that people tell you you're supposed to do it. So I'm wondering like if your process is as chaotic as mine. I've only recently started doing things like trying to write out like character webs where you write their personality and description and like their wants and needs. And then like trying to beat board, they call it, where you write out like beats that happen in the story. Because to me, it's like, I'm not good with the organizing stuff,
Oh, there we go.
You mean the show and not tell type of thing, right?
Well, it's the planning part of the, you know what I mean? Like planning the story out and all that.
Yeah, he is not good at planning when it comes to stories. Generally, he's got a page open and he just starts typing.
Yeah. I let the characters tell me what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just execute what I want, and what I don't want, I'll just take out.
There you go. I mean, that's a really good, concise way to do that, I think.
But that kind of sounds like how I usually write, which is like I have an idea in my head. I kind of have a good idea of who these characters are, and then I just let them tell the story because I'm like imagining them in my head, what they're doing, what they're saying, which I think is part of the reason why I usually write pretty decent dialogues because I have a good idea of who these characters are.
I think so too.
But I'm weak when it comes to the story structure part because I don't plan as much as I should. Like, where is the story going to go? What beats do I need to hit?
it does hit home when it comes to the planning structure,
Mm.
because sometimes the planning structure could be good or it could be bad, and then you have like a whole plot scenario or summary of, oh, this should be a best-selling book type of thing. But then you read the book and you're looking for the plot, and then you're like, oh, what is this? Happened to me a lot.
I can imagine it probably does, yeah. Because you get on a little bit of a roll there, and you feel like you're doing absolutely wonderful, and then you go back, reread it, and you're like, that's not working the way I thought it was working. Yeah, I can understand that. That's wonderful. Well, what kind of feedback have you received from people who have read your book?
Well, the people that have read the book, they love the idea. Like,
it's wonderful.
They just never thought of it as people with disabilities finding love, because most of the other people, they'll say like, oh, people with disabilities can't find love. They can't do this. They can't do that. But
Right,
then
there's a lot of that talk.
you look at people like us and then the other people with disabilities and their accomplishments.
Yeah.
And then we could say, look what we did. And this is what you say that we can't do?
Yeah. So it's a nice, inspiring story, along with all the other elements that you pointed out.
It is, because everybody says that certain disabilities can't do this or can't do that. But then even if they're, capable of doing it.
Right.
Or they may need to understand at their own pace, let's just say.
That's absolutely right.
Everybody, it doesn't matter if you're neurotypical or neurodivergent. Anybody who starts writing or trying a new art form or something, you're going to make mistakes and you're going to struggle and fail anyway. It's no different for people who are neurodivergent. You might have some unique challenges that somebody else might not have, but it's normal human thing to have to kind of like struggle through it and make mistakes. And it's like you make a fresh draft and it's like, oh, I hate it. It sucks. And then, you know what I mean? You have to work at it.
Better at it.
Yeah.
That is what everybody should go through.
Oh, I agree. I agree. Like, honest to God, failing at something, in my opinion, is worth going through. Because you learn not just what it is you're failing at, do you get better at it potentially, but like you learn more about yourself. You grow as a person more through making those mistakes, that trial and error, working at it.
That is true.
Yeah.
They say you learn more from your failures than your successes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just waiting for that success part to start so I can feel what that feels like. But anyway, well, I'm glad you're getting some good feedback on it. What are you currently working on when it comes to your book or your universe, I should say? What are you working on right now for it?
Well, right now, I want to work on making the book into a film.
Really? What is the process you're going through to adapt it?
Well, the screenplays are already written,
that's
in
wonderful.
which I'm writing them.
Okay.
So right now we need to find funders or a producer for it.
Okay. That's wonderful. And if people wanted to help out with that, how could they?
Well, I have a crowdfunder in which will help with the budget for everything. And within the budgeting and everything, it would go towards the cast, the crew, and everything else. And everybody who donates and everything, they'll get special things in the film credits and everything else.
That's absolutely wonderful. So you're trying to turn it into a movie. That's great. That's great. What city is your story based in?
Well, it takes place all over New York State.
Oh, all over New York State. Well, that's kind of awesome.
So for the screenplay, did you run into anything like that was difficult or struggles converting it or adapting this the book to a screenplay?
Ooh, yes. I have experienced struggles and everything else.
Mm-hmm. What kind of struggles?
So the original idea was that I go for a R-rated film, let's just say.
Oh, okay.
But then the book itself is like over like 18 plus, which is not like rated R type of thing. And there was a lot of stuff I had to like snip, cut down, and everything else.
Right.
Because I don't want it to be NC-17, in which that would make it harder for me to release it into theaters or whatnot.
Yeah. Is there a lot of bad language and I don't know what would make it I don't know, adult themed?
A lot of stuff towards intimacy.
Oh, intimacy. Okay, so there would be a lot of gratuitous sex scenes in the movie, and you were like, "Nah, we got to trim that down."
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have to trim that down, or basically like show like write a little, cut this, jump to the next scene.
They made 50 Shades of Grey, so
I mean, they did make 50 Shades of Grey,
and that was popular.
Yeah, but it sounds like this movie would have a whole lot of special love.
Right, but 50 Shades, let's just say, they do the scene, but then they just cut some of it because,
of course,
they originally wanted to go for NC-17, and that's not what I wanted.
Oh yeah. I mean, you would probably.
I thought. I mean, it's pretty graphic the way it is.
It is.
Because I've seen it. Well, not that I wasn't not my type of movie, but I watched it because
you're a liar. You know, you full well read all those books. Yeah. He's not a big fan of millionaires or billionaires. No, he was hoping one day he could be just like whatever her name is in that book. I don't know enough about that book series to make a good joke about this, but I don't know enough. I wish I did. Not really. I mean, I think I fell asleep the first time I tried to watch the first movie. Although I'm an older guy, so when I sit down to watch a movie that's kind of slow, I fall asleep easy.
I fell asleep watching X-Men 97 last night. So
are you serious?
Yeah.
How did you fall?
Because it was like 2 a.m. So
oh yeah,
I'm on vacation this week, so stayed up late, was watching X-Men 97 and fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah, I actually I really enjoyed the new version opposed to the old X-Men. Anyway, we're not here to talk about X-Men or awesome animated shows. We're here to talk to Jamal about his book, and hopefully a movie at some point. That's what. So, what would be your ideal casting? Not necessarily that any of us right now get to decide the casting of that, but what would be your ideal casting if you got to pick any film or theater actor? Who would you put as the main two characters?
Well, to start off, everybody on my social media feed, once when I made the announcement about the film, they wanted me to be the main character, October.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I can't do that. I mean, I could teach the ropes to somebody else and basically pass my torch.
Okay. So who would you cast as October?
That one's, I don't even know, because it could be a lot of people, but I want somebody that can relate to me and everything. And that's going to be the hard part.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're also in New York, which means you have millions of people who are aspiring to be actors.
True.
You could find somebody. Or maybe if we're lucky, we could get Anthony Mackie to do it.
I think we should get Liam Neeson. There we go.
Get Liam Neeson to do it. That'd be hilarious. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This fall as October, Liam Neeson. God, that'd be hilarious. Oh my God.
But for October's Lover, number 1. That's a two-way tie.
Okay, between who?
Lauren Potter and Madison Tevlin. They both have Down syndrome.
Okay.
They both have the capacity of doing the role for October's First Love. But
So if I'm hearing you correctly, October's First Love, you would cast the woman who that character is based on.
I mean,
Is that what I heard you say?
I mean, if I could get the budget and stuff like that, I would.
Yep. I think you could probably encourage her to do it just purely by saying, that's you. That's you, girl, right there. You need to play it. And she just, she'd be down.
I mean, sometimes people do write scripts with certain actors in mind.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, are you talking about the girl who was in Glee, Becky?
Yep.
Oh my God, she's hilarious of a human being. Sorry, I realized that we've been talking for like 30 minutes now and you've said her name multiple times, but I don't know why, like all of a sudden the image of her just flashed in my head with Sue Sylvester going, "Hey Becky, you're the only one I can rely on." For some reason, I'm just now making the connection. She's Becky in that show.
And that's where her name comes from.
Ah, okay. So the October's First Love is named Becky.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Okay, so who would you cast as October's second love?
Ooh, second love would be harder because the second lover has autism.
Oh, yeah, all right.
And
all right.
I don't know much people that have autism.
Really?
That I could cast.
Oh, well, I mean, you're going to be rocking a budget, which means you don't have to really ask anybody. You can just say,
would it be?
Hey,
oh, here's a
I'll
question.
pay you.
Would it be important to you that the actor was actually autistic, or would you be fine with a neurotypical actor playing the role?
Good question.
Oh,
I think it's a good question.
Before I answer this,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you my true answer, but
Well, of course.
it's something that actually has happened.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so Sia, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that movie that she did called Music, right?
Sure.
I have not seen that. No.
Oh, wait. Sia put on a movie about autism and then came out as autistic later on, right?
Yes.
No. Yes. Yeah.
Now, the actress that played Music,
Uh-huh.
she was not autistic.
Right. And a whole bunch of people had a problem with that.
People put backlash towards Sia for that.
Right. Yeah, like there was a ton of backlash, and then Sia made some comment about it, and then came out as autistic. I'm sorry, Jamal, you're telling the story. I'll stop.
Yeah, that was it, actually.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to tell your whole story there. I'm sorry.
Steal his thunder.
Yeah, my bad. I have a tendency of doing that when I understand what people are talking about. So with that, what's the real answer? How would you cast a non-neurodivergent person to play a neurodivergent character?
No.
No.
Definitely
You're saying
not.
no, never. I will say, because I'm, of the two of us, I'm the predominant performer. I would actually say it depends on what the part they're playing is. I think it's based on the support level of the character themselves. I think it would also be a matter of what is the story that we're putting them in, right? So I think it would be based on all of that. That would be my personal preference. So like if I was ever casting a movie that I had to cast somebody who was autistic per se, it depends on what the character actually is. That'd be mine. And then, is there a third lover of October?
Yes.
Okay. I got to tell you, October gets around, Jamal, and it's based on you. So I'm assuming you're getting around, sir. I'm assuming you're getting around. And you do live in New York, so it's not hard to get around. All you got to do is throw a rock out your window and you can hit a human. So we got three lovers of October. Who would be our third?
Still between Madison Tevlin and Lauren Potter.
Okay.
I mean, if one plays one, I have a backup for the other one.
Right. So if one picks to be number one, then the other one can be number three, and we're still a little iffy on number two. because number 2 is autistic, and we're a little iffy on it.
There's 4 though, right? Total.
Oh, there's 4.
In the synopsis
There
of
is
your book, it says 4.
Whoa.
There is a 4th one.
Jamal,
But that's for the sequel.
you're really getting around here. Come on, you got 4 now kicking. All right.
That's for the sequel.
Ooh, okay. That sounds awesome. You're leaving us with a little bit to dangle in front of us to get us to read or watch the next
50
part.
Shades of October.
50 Shades of
Oh
October.
no! Oh no! Hey, that would be a good parody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, parody is kind of what we do well. Well, that's kind of awesome.
It's going to be the neurodivergent Twilight.
Yeah. Oh my God, neurodivergent Twilight. Oh my God.
No, that was like basically 2 guys in a. Well, she mainly was with Edward. It's not really the werewolf guy's not really in the picture.
No, not at all. And then he ends up. Spoiler alert: imprints on their kid. So I watched all those movies. Yes, I did. I really did.
He likes sparkling vampires.
I did. Well, I like romantic.
He likes when they
comedies.
twinkle.
Yeah, I like romantic comedies. My wife really likes supernatural stuff, so us watching those movies kind of made sense. How about you? Do you like the Twilight movies?
I think you lost him with Twilight.
I think I lost him with Twilight. Yep.
No, I read the books and I've seen the movies.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
So you're a fan of romance then?
Yes, I'm a huge fan of romance.
I mean, I would have to air quote romance. He's got 3 different lovers in that book. That's a special kind of romance. That's called getting it on. Like that's a Marvin Gaye song waiting to happen. Jesus. I mean, that's how you market it right there. Like on the poster for the movie, you got October right in the middle of it, and then you got the 3 beautiful women above it. It's like the weirdest Charlie's Angels ever. Nice. Nice.
The Charlie Angels of October.
Yeah, exactly. October's Angels. Come watch him watching them. That's such a bad tagline. All right, so who would be the writer that inspired you the most? If I can jump back on that real quick. Let's get serious for a moment.
Inspired me the most.
Yes. Like who's your favorite writer?
Oh, okay. I got 2.
Okay, great.
In which I can name off the back of my hand.
Uh-huh.
So Judy Blume, always.
Okay.
And Laurie House Anderson.
Who?
Laurie House Anderson. She wrote the book Speak, which got made into a Showtime movie. Chains, Forge, Ashes. Like it was more likely like children to teenage books that she wrote.
Okay. She has the same last name as I do. Yeah, I'm also an Anderson. Just I'm not related to that human being. I guarantee I'm not related to that human being. I know all the people I'm related to, and
you make Windows and I make antivirus.
That's exactly. That's true. Well, okay, so I've got to ask this question because my brain don't shut up. So let me ask real quick. You said Judy Blume is one of your influences, or a person that influenced you, and yet you're writing romance. So like, how do you go from Judy Blume, which I know is like kids' books, to very adult?
I actually started writing, but when I was writing, I made a Judy Blume fan fiction.
Oh, okay. Okay. So you also write some tame stuff too.
And then I took a break after my fan fiction of Judy Blume. Then picked up a pen and paper again in my 8th grade year to write fan fiction on like movies or books that I read.
Sure.
And then my freshman year, Chase of Paradise was being written.
There you go. Okay. Roughly what year was this, if I can ask?
My freshman year was 2011 to 2012.
God, I'm old.
Yep.
I'm so old. Jesus.
Yep.
Can we have like one person on our show that we've had 3. We've had 3 people on our show that I am younger than. I'm so happy that we've done 20 some odd interviews and yet 3 of them are older than me.
I have a selfish question. Do you play video games?
Oh no.
I do.
What kind of games do you like? Just out of curiosity.
I mean, I do play Mario Kart at times.
Yep.
I do like Just Dance. I do.
Okay. Cool.
Monopoly. Monopoly
Okay.
is my favorite.
Yeah. Monopoly, a video game?
Yeah, I have.
Yes,
I have it on my PlayStation.
Because back in my day, we did it on a tabletop.
It's the same as the board game. It's just virtual, so you don't have to actually roll dice. You just press a button.
You lazy fucks. Like you lazy
they got
human
Monopoly
beings.
Go right now.
Yo, come on, lazy as shit. You can't just roll some dice.
Well, I
and
will
put
say,
them
at least
down?
you don't have to clean up or like count the money. You know, it does it for you.
Yo, being the banker was my favorite job. I got to control everybody else's wealth.
It's also the most money he's ever had
Or
in his
being
life.
sticky
Yeah.
fingers.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. It is the most money I've ever had in my life was when I played Monopoly.
I was just curious because
Fucking
some of my
Monopoly,
earlier
God.
writing when I was younger was inspired by video games because I played a lot of games that have that are more narrative heavy, you know, like role playing games and stuff like that. So I was just curious as to if you were into those types of games. But Mario Kart's a classic, though. I love Mario Kart.
Yeah, we're going to go with the word classic on that.
It is. It's classic.
Whatever.
Since Super Nintendo, the original Mario Kart, and then every Mario Kart since has been like iconic.
No,
classic.
Mario Brothers 3, classic. Mario Brothers 2, classics. Tetris, classic.
Is Super Mario World classic?
No.
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 Okay, so only the original 3 Marios.
No. It's anything that came out prior to my son's being born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I have a 20-year-old now.
I'm pretty sure that Mario Kart was out before then. Super Nintendo Mario Kart came out in like the early 90s.
What? No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm an asshole.
And Super Mario World, which is the one with Yoshi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
that's-
so I'm an asshole. I was wrong. Not the first time on this show that I've been wrong about something. But anyway, so I played Mario Kart with both my sons a lot. I mean, we played it more when they were younger, but
I play it with my nephew and beat him, and then he gets mad. I don't let him win because he's a kid.
Well, you shouldn't let him win
Yeah.
just because he's a kid.
Yeah.
You should let him win because you're. I was going to say nice, but you're not. So
No, I feel cheap if I'm just throwing the match for the kid to win.
no. See, I agree with you. Like we agree completely that people shouldn't win just to be nice to them. They should win because they won, right? Because they put in the fucking effort and they won. Sorry, I didn't check with you before we recorded if I could swear with you or not. My bad, Jamal.
You're good.
I mean, granted, it's our show, but still, I like to check with our guests if I can swear.
How are you
or not.
fucking feeling right now? No, I'm just
Yeah, I mean, I just
I'm not the one who usually swears that much.
no,
It's usually him.
he's not. He's intellectual, and I'm an asshole. God, that's 3 times now I said it on this show. Anyway, good sir. So what are the plans you got coming up for the rest of the year? I mean, obviously trying to promote your
Film.
get funding for film. But what else do you got going on for yourself?
I mean, I got the soundtrack ideas
Oh,
for the film.
cool.
I mean, I got a performance in October in my city for a Autism Speaks event.
Oh, for an Autism Speaks event. Well, that's cool. When is that happening?
October 4th.
October 4th. So people can go see you in New York, October 4th at an Autism Speaks event?
Yes, it's their 5K walk.
Oh,
event.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. What? Yeah. Okay. That's cool. So you're doing that. What else you got going on? I want to make sure we're plugging as much stuff as possible for you.
I'm also celebrating my birthday,
Oh, yeah? How old you going to be?
28.
Holy crap. God damn. You're young, man. You're young.
I just turned 40, so
Oh,
I feel
God.
old.
And I'm about to turn 46 in September.
You know, and I'm finally taking my writing seriously. So you're ahead of me because you already have a book published. So
Yep.
I technically,
Oh my
I
God.
have
You and
a
your
couple
technicalities.
copyrighted plays, and I have a short play that's about to be published in December.
You know what?
But you're
He's
still
doing
beating me,
better.
Jamal.
Yeah, he's still doing better than you are. You know, just in the creative realm. But you focus on plays more. He focuses on books.
The main reason I focus on plays rather than books or other things is because that's the medium through which I've found most success so far.
Yeah.
And it's been easier for me to get involved with theaters and write stuff for them.
Right.
Because there are theaters that are willing to do plays by new people. So I've been able to get stuff done that way versus if I did stuff on my own, I might not be able to get as much, make as much progress.
Yeah. I mean, also, we act, so we end up meeting, executive directors of theaters more.
But yeah, I'd be down to writing a movie or script one day or something else.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't write a shitty book that I have to narrate. He probably will. But no, I started back in January. I started doing audiobook narration. And I came across a book that I unfortunately narrated because I accepted the fucking job. And it was written halfway like a book and halfway like a screenplay. And it was just part of the time it was difficult to read. And then one chapter, a character had one set of pronouns, and then another chapter, the character had completely different pronouns, and there was no story reason for it. They just changed. Character started as a female, and for no apparent reason in one chapter, the character became a male and then switched back to female. There's no reason for it. There's no storyline for it. There's no explanation. It's just the pronouns shifted all of a sudden. And other characters didn't even be like, what do you mean? No, none of that. Just, it was horrible. Anyway, I should probably not bash on the books that I've narrated, but that's okay. Anyway, so is there anything else about yourself or about your story that you'd like people to know about before we do our wrap up?
Well, the film idea is going to be around the first book. So basically, we're going to be doing 3 parts of the first book because it's a really, really thick book.
Oh, okay. Well, it's wonderful.
How many pages is the first book?
912. No. It's not War and Peace. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
I mean, I was trying to write it off as a mini series at first, but then at the same time, I was like, damn, I really don't need, because I got to go back and then I do this, I do that. But then I was like, why don't I just make it into one book and then I'll just come back, hopefully in the future or something like that, and just, put it together as a project or whatnot.
There you go. Nice. Well, all right. So anyway, Jamal, thank you very much for coming on the show. We're actually just about out of time, and we don't want to take more time from you than need be. But thank you very much for coming on our show. Everybody, check out his book, Chase of Paradise. Did I get that right? Yeah, I got that right. Chase of Paradise. You can get it on Amazon. You can listen to it on Audible. And also, we're going to post a link on this episode for his crowdfunding so you can help participate in making his movie happen.
And I have special thanks to some people that I wanted to shout out for.
Yeah, go for it. Do it. Do the shout out.
I actually made a list, so wonderful. I wanted to give special shout outs. And for the people that I mentioned, I got you. That's why I made the list, and I will get back to you. Lauren Potter, Madison Tevlin, Kesley Miller, Brandon from Reflections of Blue, Natasha Ortiz, Jessica Rodriguez, Colette DeVito, Chelsea Kavanaugh, Meet the World Image Solutions, Mariah Tyler Moore, Nikki Blonsky, Viva and Manny Jane Lopez, Sophie Smith, Claire Riley, Haley Renee, Cedric Fly Kid Fresh Sanders, Donovan Green, Christina Barton, Nina Vanamarin, DJ Bubby, Troy Smith, Jarrell Minter, Mallory and Tiffany Snellen and family, Justin Summerer, Kevin and Ann Iannucci, Jamie Brewer, Bethany and Cheyenne Lake, Maria Kessler, Batcat, and there are many more. And I wanted to give a special shout out to Ruby's Rainbow, Ashley Tucker, Rosa Caraballo, Teresa Walters, Mark Reacher, Wally Cruz, the Bias Verse, which is my fan base, and also to my family.
Nice.
Because you can always know that you can always follow your dreams. Don't let people tell you otherwise.
That's absolutely wonderful. I would also
I
like
forgot to
do...
tell you that he was going to do that.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that.
I told him ahead of time that he could shout out people.
Wonderful. So. Well, I would like to give a final shout out to Dame Judi Dench. Why? Because she's Judi Dench. Anyway, Jamal, thank you very much for coming on the show. Everybody, check out our social media, Jamal's social media. And as always, if you like, dislike, agree, or disagree with anything you heard us say on the show, let us know. Put it in some comments. Tell us how you like us and stuff like that. And also, we'll be back with another episode at some point. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. And don't forget to follow me in the podcast.